Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jeremy with Land Say Go, and we are here today with the top 5 new Pauper cards from Theros Beyond Death. Theros Beyond Death is bringing us some of the most wonderfully pushed, ham-fisted spells we've seen in quite a while. But that's not what we're here to talk about. What we are here to ponder on the flip side of mythics, sagas, gods, and goddesses are a handful of playable powerhouses for Pauper. The most attractive thing about this sadly underplayed format is that it is non-rotating, meaning that once you find a home for these new beauties, you'll never have to worry about them rotating away. Theros Beyond Death looks to have an immediate impact on nearly every format, from standard to modern and possibly more. But the hardest part of choosing cards for Pauper was narrowing it down to only 5. So let's begin. What top 5 list wouldn't be complete without obligatory honorable mentions? Who are we to disregard this borderline bunch? For our honorable mentions list, we are given a complete cycle of enchantments, each one devoted to a single slice of the color pie. Each one can be cast at instant speed, and can also be sacrificed for 3 mana to scry 2. Omen of the Dead for a single black mana. You raise dead any creature in your graveyard. In this commons only format, black typically isn't a color used to set up the next few turns with mechanics like scry, but it never hurts to have that option in the late game. Omen of the Hunt for 2 colorless and 1 green. Omen of the Hunt gives you the ability to tutor up any basic land in your deck, put it on the field tapped, and then shuffle your library. We already have spells like Evolution Charm and Natural Connection at our disposal, and those really don't see play at a competitive level, so I can't imagine that Omen of the Hunt would be any different. Omen of the Sea, as if running a full playset of Preordain wasn't plenty to help Pauper's most powerful color. Here we have another instant speed scry 2, then draw effect. This Omen comes at a cost of 1 colorless mana more than Preordain, but being an enchantment, you can sack late game to scry, even further worth it. Omen of the Sun, go-wide strategy should probably pay a bit of attention to this one. On the surface, this Omen seems fairly benign, but put in the right archetype, whether that be Soul Sisters or Soldiers Tribal or any white X list that cares about bodies on the battlefield, creating 2 chump blockers and a bit of life at instant speed, it can be powerful. Omen of the Forge. Out of this entire cycle, Omen of the Forge should be the one that sees the most play. Many mono-red strategies already employ Seal of Fire as a way to ensure shock damage at will, but with its ability to scry later, I think it's worth the extra 1 mana to cast. I can see this run side by side with Seal of Fire or as a replacement. Now that the honorable mentions are out of the way, on to the top 5 new Pauper cards from Theros Beyond Death, in no particular order. Underworld Ragehound. You know what Rakdos Aristocrats was sorely lacking in Pauper? Apparently, more creatures that could care less about staying dead. As if Butcher Ghoul, Perilous Mirror, and Doomed Dissenter weren't enough, this powerful, underplayed archetype received a nice addition from the new Theros. Underworld Ragehound has lightning bolt power that drops for 2 mana, and the new Delve-esque escape mechanic allows you to sack him to your Carrion Feeder or Mortician Beetle as early as turn 2. Then bring him back to the battlefield with a +1 counter for 1 red, 3 colorless, and exiling 3 cards from your graveyard. Having an initial power of 3 and a potential power of 4, he should be able to take care of most any non-flying threat in the format. Nothing short of an exile spell or specific graveyard hate should keep you from bringing this beast back again and again and again. Aristocrat lists run plenty of spells, so having fodder to escape the Hound won't be a problem. Just be careful not to exile away any useful creatures you may be wanting to unearth later. Hero of the Pride. Mono White Heroic was gifted this cat soldier recently, and I, for one, cannot wait to slide at least 2 into my version of the aforementioned deck. While many of us were hoping that this revisit to Theros would bring back Heroic proper, we did get a very useful version of this fan favorite mechanic. This tough kitty comes in as a 2/2 for 2, which hits your curve perfectly, and since Mono White Heroic is loaded with target spells, every time you hit Hero of the Pride with a spell, his Neroic ability pumps the rest of your board for big swings. Karametra's Blessing. The original Theros showed us that any card with Karametra in its name is very powerful. Just look at Karametra's Acolyte, printed at uncommon. Some Pauper Pontiffs scoff at Karametra's Blessing as it isn't nearly as efficient as Emerge Unscathed at protection because it comes with the caveat of only being able to give an enchanted or enchantment creature hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. However, to make up for the fact that it isn't the perfect protection spell, regardless of your creature type or whether or not it has pants on, Karametra's Blessing buffs them +2/+2. Much like Hero of the Pride, this should find a home in most White X lists. If nothing else, it's an awesome sideboard option against the likes of Burn and Mono Black Control. Thirst for Meaning. As if Pauper's busted color needed more gas, Wizards decided that drawing 3 cards at instant speed with minimal downside was a good idea to print. Brainstorm much? Thankfully, Pauper isn't loaded with enchantments and decks that abuse islands, so this card isn't totally busted. But I think there are just enough enchantments to keep you from having to discard 2 cards. In the off chance that you do have to discard a pair, keep in mind that Flashback is a strong mechanic that sees regular play in Pauper with cards like Ancient Grudge, Battle Screech, Prismatic Strands, Chainer's Edict, and Flaring Pain, just to name a few. It's cards like Thirst for Meaning that only serve to make it more unfair. I mean, awesome. Transcendent Envoy. Scrolling the list of Theros spoilers, this unassuming 1/2 flying griffin is easy to miss. But it didn't take long to realize that there were a few potent options for this aura enabler. Paying 1 and a white for an X2 flyer isn't all that enticing, but its text box is what makes the Envoy a potential treat for any list that cares about auras. I'm looking at you, Bogles. Having the luxury to drop auras such as Ancestral Mask, Angelic Gift, Armadillo Cloak, and Brilliant Halo on a turn or 2 early can lock up the game, the tournament, or even the world. Okay, that's probably too much, but you get the idea. It could even turn things like Urban Utopia into another playset of the pricier but more powerful Utopia Sprawl. Evasion is at a premium in Pauper, so having a 2 CMC flyer will never not come in handy. And there you have it, our picks for the top 5 new Pauper cards from Theros Beyond Death. Did you have some in mind that aren't on the list, or you wanted to leave your own list? You can do so below in the comments. Again, I'm Jeremy with Landsego, and thanks for watching. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked our video, you'll probably like these videos as well. And if you would please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can also support our content by using the TCG affiliate link found in the description below. Also go out to www.landsego.com and check us out there. Until next time.